Your Name, Kimi no Na wa, the story that captured the world. Your Name, Kimi no Na wa, is a Japanese animated film directed and written by Makoto Shinkai, produced by Comics Wave Films, and released in 2016. The film blends romance, fantasy, and drama to create one of the most emotionally charged stories in anime history. Rather than relying on complex mythology or exaggerated action, Your Name draws its power from human emotion, the longing to connect, to be remembered, and to defy fate itself. The story begins with two teenagers who live completely different lives. Mitsuha Mayamizu is a high school girl living in the quiet rural town of Itomori, a beautiful lakeside village surrounded by mountains. She is frustrated by her small-town existence, the responsibilities tied to her family's traditional Shinto shrine, and the expectations that come with being the daughter of the town's mayor. She dreams of escaping her sleepy hometown and living a more exciting life. Ideally in Tokyo. On the other side, Taki Tachibana is a high school boy living in Tokyo, a fast-paced city full of skyscrapers, lights, and noise. He works part-time at an Italian restaurant while managing school life. Taki's world is the opposite of Mitsuha's, busy, crowded, and modern. While Mitsuha wishes for city life, Taki's days are filled with work, trains, and the endless routine of urban living. One morning, the two wake up in each other's bodies. Mitsuha finds herself in Taki's apartment in Tokyo, while Taki finds himself living Mitsuha's life in rural Itomori. Confused and disoriented, they both initially believe it's a dream. However, as the phenomenon continues to occur randomly, they realize that it's real. They're somehow switching bodies through their dreams. First, the body swapping creates a comedic rhythm. Mitsuha, in Taki's body, struggles to adapt to city life, his friends, and his part-time job. She also improves Taki's social life, bringing kindness and empathy to his relationships. Taki, on the other hand, finds himself in the quiet, traditional setting of Itomori, where he must perform rituals, attend school, and even braid Mitsuha's hair. The two start leaving messages for each other through their phones, notes, and even written reminders on their hands, gradually forming a bond without ever meeting in person. Despite never seeing each other face to face, Mitsuha and Taki begin to deeply influence each other's lives. Taki becomes more sensitive and grounded, while Mitsuha becomes more confident and expressive. The connection between them grows, and it becomes clear that they care for each other in ways neither can explain. One day, however, the body swapping suddenly stops. Taki tries to contact Mitsuha, but she doesn't respond. Desperate to find her, he travels across Japan, sketching the scenery of Itomori from memory in hopes someone can recognize the place. After a long and exhausting search, he discovers a shocking truth. Itomori no longer exists. 3 years earlier, a fragment of a passing comet fell from the sky and destroyed the entire town, killing hundreds of people, including Mitsuha. Taki is devastated. Everything he experienced, all his time switching with her, happened before the disaster. The realization that Mitsuha is gone turns the story from a romantic fantasy into a heartbreaking mystery about time and fate. Determined to save her, Taki returns to the shrine where Mitsuha once performed sacred rituals and drinks kuchikamizaki, a sake made by Mitsuha as part of her shrine duties. Through this act, he reconnects with her and slips through time once more. He awakens in Mitsuha's body on the morning of the comet's impact, just hours before the disaster. Now aware of what's coming, Taki, in Mitsuha's body, tries to convince the villagers to evacuate. The situation is desperate. No one believes her warnings. Meanwhile, Mitsuha awakens in Taki's body in Tokyo and realizes that they are once again connected. Through their bond, they both climb the mountains of Itomori to meet at Doki, the twilight moment when the boundary between worlds briefly blurs. This moment of connection, they finally meet in person for the first time, standing face to face as the comet lights up the sky above them. It's a breathtaking scene filled with emotion, silence, and realization. They exchange names, writing them on each other's palms so they won't forget. However, before Mitsuha can read Taki's name, twilight ends, and time separates them once again. Mitsuha wakes up alone as the comet splits in the sky. Despite confusion and fear, she carries out Taki's plan to save the town. With the help of her friends, she spreads a false alarm, causing the townspeople to evacuate before the comet fragment crashes into Itomori. The explosion destroys the village, but this time, thanks to their actions, most of the townspeople survive. As time realigns, both Mitsuha and Taki lose their memories of each other. The bond that once connected them fades, leaving behind only a lingering emptiness, a sense that something or someone is missing. Years pass. Itomori is rebuilt, Taki graduates, and life continues. Yet, deep inside, both of them feel the same void, a wordless ache of having lost something precious. Years later, in Tokyo, Taki and Mitsuha walk separate paths through the city. They pass by each other on trains, bridges, and streets, always feeling a faint familiarity but unable to place it. Despite forgetting the details, they both carry a strong emotional pull, an instinct that they must find something or someone important. Finally, one day, as snow falls softly over Tokyo, they spot each other on opposite sides of staircase. They hesitate for a moment, unsure of what to say. As they cross paths, they both stop, turn around, and look at each other with recognition in their eyes. Not of memory, but of emotion. The tension breaks as Taki, struggling to speak, asks, "Your name is?" At that moment, all the pain, love, and longing of their journey culminates in a single question, a question that carries the weight of time, destiny, and every connection they fought to preserve. This ending scene is quiet yet immensely powerful. It doesn't provide explicit closure or grand declarations of love, but it fulfills everything the story stood for. That true connection transcends logic, memory, and even time. Your Name tells a story not just of romance, but of the human experience itself. The way lives can intersect through fate, the fragility of memory, and the strength of feelings that refuse to fade. Through its beautifully detailed animation, emotional pacing, and breathtaking depiction of both Tokyo and rural Japan, the anime captures both the grandeur of destiny and the intimacy of individual emotion. Every element, from the comet's glow to the simplest exchange of names, carries symbolic weight. The body swapping serves as a bridge between two different worlds. The comet represents both destruction and renewal. The red thread symbolizes fate, love, and the connection between two souls destined to find each other no matter how far apart they are in the end. Your Name is about two people separated by time but united by emotion. It's about searching for someone whose name you've forgotten but whose presence you feel in your soul. It's about the mystery of human connection, how we meet people who change us forever, even if we can't explain why. The film ends with a simple yet powerful exchange on the staircase, as the two finally reunite after years of searching. There are no grand speeches, no recollections of their supernatural experiences, just two people standing face to face, finally finding what their hearts have been searching for all along. And so, as Taki and Mitsuha ask each other's names, the circle closes. The thread of fate that once broke has been tied again. The journey, filled with separation and longing, ends where it began, with a single, beautiful connection that transcends time itself. That is the story of Your Name, a tale of two souls intertwined by destiny, separated by tragedy, and reunited by the eternal pull of love.